Welcome to the Iconics Genesis 64 video guide. This video describes how to create a custom user control in WPF or .NET, as well as how to integrate this control into a GraphWorX64 display.
In GraphWorX64, you are allowed to use your own custom controls. In this video, we will see how we can do that by creating a very simple user control and plug it into GraphWorX. So first of all, let's move into Visual Studio to create our user control. We will create a new project and we will use a Windows Form control library for this example. And here is our empty user control created by default by the system. We can use this, that's fine. Our very simple user control will have a label and a button. And we will make it very simple. Whenever we click on the button, we update the label with the current time, for example. So we can write label1.text equal datetime.now.toLongTimeString. We can test it in Visual Studio. It is a very simple user control. I click on it and it writes the current date. That's fine, that's what we want. So we build it and we open the containing folder to access the DLL we just created. Now we need to copy this file into Genesis 64 components folder. This is not strictly required but highly recommended, because in some cases if you put the DLL in another folder rather than components, GraphWorX may not be able to load it. So you should always copy your DLL inside components. Now from GraphWorX we can go into the toolbox where we have some other user controls and click on this button to edit the list of available user controls. Click on Browse and then we go into the Components folder and we look for our file, which is called Windows Forms Control Library 1. We click on Open and our user control gets added to the list of available controls. And now it is also in the toolbox, so I can take it and drop it into GraphWorX. And then I can go in runtime mode, and whenever I click on the button, my code gets executed and the label gets updated. So of course this user control isn't very useful, but you can create your own user control which expose their own events and methods and properties, and you can interact with them from GraphWorX. Of course, when I select this object, you see that in the property grid I have all the properties of the user control and all the events that come with it. So you can create your custom one, add events, add your logic, and use them in GraphWorX really easily.